Hello, comedy friends. How are you today? Welcome to another episode in the behind the scenes comedy talk. I have to get back into making my episodes on my way to or from the open mics. I keep forgetting, but I just wanted to share some of my experiences with some of you, especially if you're just starting out in comedy right now. I'd like to help other people by sharing the mistakes that I have made. Now, I am no model. I am not a booked comic, okay? I don't have any gigs, but I want to share with you my experiences. Like I said, I've been doing comedy on and off since 2006. And for many, many years, I kind of waited to be embraced by the comedy community. I thought maybe just like, by being friends with comedians on Facebook and hanging around with the comedians and showing up at open mics and taking comedy classes in comedy clubs and doing bringer shows and selling tickets on the street and, all these other shows, all the stuff that a lot of I thought by doing that, I eventually would get a real gig. And a real gig doesn't necessarily mean getting paid. It's just being on a flyer and being in a real show and being advertised. And I remember I've gone to these workshops at comedy clubs, so I've learned a lot by going to these things. And I remember what one of the managers said at one of these workshops. He said, "You do not go to the industry. The industry comes to you." And he also said to us, don't just see yourself as a stand-up comedian. Collaborate with other comedians. Make videos, be a writer. If you're into music, don't just focus. And I admit, I was obsessed with stand-up comedy. I just wanted to be a stand-up comic. That's unlike a lot of you folks. I want to be in Comedy Central, maybe break into the movies. But I was going about it the wrong way. For many years, I was, okay, I'll just keep going to the open mics and I'll get better and better. And soon enough, someone will be there and they'll offer me. Or sometimes I would even reach out to other comics when they were producing shows. And I'd say, hey, they were looking for comics. I would ask if I have a spot in this show. And they'd be like, no, I'm okay. I'm good, Steve. I used to produce shows myself, and I would actually reach out to comics who I knew and offer them a spot in a show. But it was never, ever reciprocated. So this is what I learned, and this is what I'm doing. I'm just being my own promoter, It's kind of like the barbershop business, hairdressing. If someone is a hairdresser or a barber, right, they bring along their following to that barber shop. They pay for the chair, and they bring their customers with you. That's how it works, and it's the same thing. In comedy, it's like a barbershop. You have to bring your followers. Even if you get on Instagram and you have 50 million followers and you could fill up a comedy club, then they'll book you, no problem. So for many years, I did not videotape myself. And that's what I'm doing. I'm videotaping myself. I'm hitting the mics. Eventually, I'm going to create a website. I'm going to produce business cards. And I'm not just focusing on comedy. I do my music. I do my writing. I do my podcast. I do my YouTube videos. And like this manager said, I'm not coming to the industry. They don't want me coming there. There's an acquaintance I know I wouldn't even call him a friend. He's an acquaintance, okay? He's a comedian. He's been doing it for a long time. And he made a couple comments to me, all right? And I could take it personally, but I choose to laugh it off. One time we were at an open mic, and one of the other comedians said to me, "Are you a comedian?" And he overheard. And he said to him, "No, he's just an open mic comic." And then I saw this guy a couple of months ago, and we were talking with bullshitting, and he was just talking about comedians, and he said to me, "No offense, but he's a nobody, just like you." You know what? I'm a nobody. That's okay. Doesn't mean I have to quit. You only fail when you stop trying, guys. So I hope this helped you. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Scenes Comedy, and I will continue to try to put out good content to reach all of you. Thank you to my 11 subscribers, I think we're up to now, right?